afternoon, good evening, and welcome back to Football Heritage TV. Wherever you are from, whoever you are, welcome. Would you call it a good news day, or is the Levy PR machine at work?
My club is losing the plot, man. I can't lie. My club has lost the plot. If they do this, they're fucking stupid, in my opinion. Absolutely stupid. I can't believe it, man. I wanted to go to bed in it, and then I seen the fucking news. I was like, what? What do you mean? What do you mean?
Steve, you're not happy with the service?
What do you mean? What do you mean?
Good morning. On a morning where I wanted to talk about 3-0 win, I would have happily spoke about the Liverpool super team failing to beat a team that apparently embarrassed us. But instead, we're here to talk about Savio going. And guess what? Our fan base is now officially like Chelsea's, bro. It is, innit? We've just got to accept it.
It's in its own category, mate. It's in its own category now. There's no other fan base like ours that is entitled and also weird and also just mental.
Have we got to hold on? Are you saying we're now more entitled than Chelsea?
Yes.
Fucking hell, has it got that
weird.
bad?
It's got weird.
Well, listen,
it's got weird,
in
mate.
that case, is it standards then? Are we saying it's standards?
We've basically been so good that nobody's willing to accept anything less anymore, and that is now leaked into every single aspect of the club. Every single thing you find, anything, kits, tickets, players, match day stuff, media, social, everything, mate. It's been ruined by entitlement. Absolutely everything.
I do hear the entitlement thing. I do.
Yep.
I do hear the entitlement thing. But the Savio one, I think it's really interesting, right? Because I generally do if I look at it from my point of view, I don't know how I feel about it, right? I don't actually I'm not going to say if it came out tomorrow, Rodri was going. If it came out tomorrow, Haaland was going. If it came out, let me pick a random one. If it came out tomorrow that
Marmoush was got off.
Marmoush was going. Yeah, I'd be. Do you know what? If Marmoush is a really good one. If Marmoush was going, I'd be fucking pissed off, right? Whereas with Savio, there's reasons why I'm pissed off. But it's kind of like someone said to me, no, we should keep him and play him on the left, right? But here's my thing. It's very similar to how I would see the Jack Grealish thing, right? That I hear what you're saying, but it ain't going to happen, right? And
we'd have to change the whole philosophy of the team to play somebody left foot in the left wing.
It just and that's what I'm saying. Like, I would like to see Grealish stay and given a chance in the 8 role over Bernardo, as an example, right? But it's not going to happen. So what's the point of me even? So the same.
It's just not realistic, right?
Yeah, and like Savio, I do think he would cook on the left, but ultimately we didn't see it really any of last season. We've gone and got Marmoush since. And then also there's the fact that in the training, all I saw was Savio constantly on the right. The other night, he was on the right again. So I kind of think, yeah, I can't lie. I would love to see Savio on the left and Bob on the right. Just for a couple of games.
Teams don't play that way anymore. I was trying to think before, what sort of teams play natural left-sided players on the left-hand side or right on the right? There's not. Everton play with Dwight McNeil on the left, and that's probably one of the only few that I can think of. Everyone's inverted to death.
Yeah. So let's just bring it up to where we are, people. Please make sure you are smashing the like button. 241 of you in here already. Let's get those likes way over 100 on the way to 200. That's kind of how we're doing it. Listen, I did an upload last night. I actually have more comments than likes, which is mental. But please get those likes up. Right. So the news that has come out last night, it came out from Fabrizio Romano at about midnight. Mental time for business to be doing done, but hey, at least it shows people are working. That Tottenham and Manchester City were in negotiations for Savinho. Apparently, Savinho is open to the move if a fee is agreed, which is interesting.
That for me right there is a red flag for the player. He's been there a year. He's not had a good season. first sniff of an opportunity to go, he's saying, yeah, I'm up for it. So there you go. That to me right there is enough to suggest that this is going to be done.
Yeah, I mean, the fact it's now come in this morning, I think recently in the last couple of minutes, Fabrizio Romano has now tweeted that the bid, first bid has already been made, a bid of around 50 million, and that City rejected it and said they want more than 50 million. Sure. And they, bro, listen, if from the way I would see it is, right, Tottenham, I mean, it does make you think, because we heard last week that Tottenham had contacted City about Grealish, right? Have they now that City and Tottenham have got that open path of conversation again, and they're gone, actually, what about Savio as well? But it is weird because, and I said this earlier on, and someone said, Daps, you try and act like you're in the know. No, I'm not. This is not in the know whatsoever. The person I heard this off of was just someone in the comments, yeah? But about 2-3 days ago, somebody said to me, keep an eye out for Savio to Tottenham, right? And I kind of just thought, I can't see it happening. But then again, the same guy popped in the comments on Saturday night and said, did Savio look unhappy in today's game? And I thought, what is going on here? Then this has come out. So
mate, that's just honestly, I wouldn't read too much into that.
No, but the fact
that mate, someone's going to get something right eventually.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah. And honestly, this isn't anyone at the club, so I'm not trying to act like. But someone mentioned it to me at the time. I thought no, because I just think 1 year in. Now there is the relevance. He's on 40k a week.
Right. Let's go back to the very beginning when we signed him last year.
Yeah.
30 million. What was the rumours around him then?
I can't tell me. I don't remember.
Pep's going to keep him at the club and see if he's up for it, or he's going to go on loan.
Yes,
that was it. That was the narrative.
Yeah,
he started the season.
Yeah.
Started the season. Nobody expected him to start the season. He was a player that was going to be on the periphery.
Yeah,
and maybe get games. Right. So that's where we were last year. Fast forward to this year, he's played a lot of games and he's not produced. Right. He hasn't. He hasn't produced.
Look,
assists are good. Potential's there, right? So the way the fans,
spot on.
It's one of them, right? For me, you get told this news, you flick a coin in the air, and by the time it lands on the floor, you've got to make a decision: do you want him to go or do you want him to stay? And if I flick the coin up, I'm looking at it come down in slow motion. I'm saying he's going to go.
Bro, look, do you know what? Right, and this is for anyone that talks about standards, right? I guess that's where we are. I still think Savio could be on the good on the left. I think Savio would get a lot more assists on the left, right? However, I do also think 20-year-old in a dysfunctional Manchester City team last season.
There's also that as well. But then again,
didn't stand out. But
in a title-winning team, would he have got as much game time? And would he have had? He probably looked a little bit better, but would he have got as much game time if he didn't have to start for necessity?
Yeah,
it works both ways.
The other thing is that I will look at the fact that. All right. So last season he wasn't clinical in front of goal. That seems to continue. At one point, because I did think his decision making started off really, really good, knowing when to attack, when to maybe slow the game down. Thought that was really good, but then it kind of started going a bit left. The more he seemed to feel pressure for him to score goals, and he was always just trying to shoot and often not even getting it past the first player. Right. Then he went and scored a couple. And I thought he's going to kick on now. And he didn't.
He
didn't kick on now. If we're talking about true standards, then we have to go, right. And this is where we want to get our club back to. Riyad Mahrez. Right.
That's the gold standard, isn't it?
Right. And then...
and you've got to be honest, no one's going to get there again.
No. But right. Because with Mahrez...
You've got to get near.
Yeah. With Mahrez, we're doing two things. With Mahrez, we're doing you're technically better than Savio. But if you want a technical player, cool, Mahrez was it, right? But then also, if you want someone that's getting the numbers, Mahrez was also it. So he was doing the both. Now we can go the other way, and people, I know most of us think that Savio is a better football. No, I'm not going to say a better footballer. Is more technical than Raheem Sterling, right? But it's undeniable. Right, look at fucking Raheem Sterling's numbers.
It's the output in it.
The output there. And again, if we're looking at Savio, and by the way, I don't want to sell him for no 40, 45 million. If we're getting 50 plus for Savio, a player that we paid 33 for.
I've got a poll on my thing this morning, mate, asking about the prices, and pretty much everyone's saying 70 million now. So if we paid 30 for him, and that's all us, there's no money going to anybody else. It's all us. So if we get 70 million through the door, right?
70 would be beautiful.
70 million through the door for a player that has a high ceiling of potential, right? And let's be honest, last season, most people didn't want him to play because he wasn't performing.
Yeah. And
then you look at players like Oscar Bobb and Foden, who if you think long term, a lot of people would rather see those two in the team.
And that's,
so if you think of 70 million, mate, and then the potential, the onus is then on for the buying club to then develop his potential.
Yeah.
And that's a risk for them because he might do it, he might not.
We got 70 million, we'll just go to the next guy. Do you reckon we can get this out of Levy? A cheeky 70 million with a buyback?
I don't think they'll do a buyback. The buyback would be 200 million. It's not worth it.
No.
But a little taste
with a buyback of 30.
No, a little taste of add-ons and a bit of maybe a percent on the sell-on fee above a certain percentage, something like that. So if that gets done, you wash your hands of it. Bit like Alvarez, we all look at Alvarez and think, yeah, we made mad money on him. And it's big profit. At the end of the day, mate, it comes down to spreadsheets and Excel and all that sort of stuff and profit and loss. And is there a chance that he's going to turn into a Cole Palmer? Potentially. There's more chance that he doesn't.
Yeah.
So
there's potentially. Look, this is so. Amar, you've come in at the perfect time with the super chat because I saw this all over Twitter. If Savio hasn't done enough, then Doku defo hasn't, nor has Nico O'Reilly, nor Nico G. They should also be sold in that case. Okay. Oh, and Rico Lewis.
The two later ones is you can't put that in the same thing.
So Nico O'Reilly and Nico G have not and I know it's only a few months. I know it's only 6 months, bro, but I think with this, the key to all of this is because straight away, the one that I saw was, why are we selling Savio and not Doku, right? Let's be very clear with what we have seen. Manchester City haven't put him on the transfer market. Manchester City have not gone out there advertising him to players. Tottenham have come in and asked for Savio. And I'm sorry, but this is a typical thing that our fan base is doing at the moment, is just trying to find a way to be like negative on everything and to kind of try and just shit on the club by any means. If someone, like, it's the whole thing, we must sell this player, we must sell this player. And I've been saying all summer, I agree with you, right? I would preferably, actually, Gundo's actually impressed me in the last couple of games I've seen. I'm not going to lie. He has, yeah. But there's players that I think it's time to move on. But I also understand why we can't move them on. So straight away, another one, yeah. Doku isn't open to a move. Savio is. Doku needs to go as well. Doku injury prone. All of these things are valid. But if Tottenham are not after Doku, then what are we supposed to do? Like, go, no, you can't have Savio, but you can have Doku. Like, that isn't how negotiations work. So,
what about Doku? What about just like Savio's not there, but Doku, have Doku.
Oh, do you know what? I'll be honest with you. Do you know what it's a bit like? It's a bit like, yeah. So people saying, oh, what about Doku? It's a bit like if somebody made the statement, and by the way, people, this is not me being political, this is just an example. If someone made the statement, I don't like immigrants that come to the country and don't work, right? And then if somebody says, what about English people that don't work, right? They're two different conversations, right? You can have a different opinion on each one. They're not the same thing. Leave them apart, right? They're two different things.
And if you put them two together, then you're the one that's creating an issue rather than not having one at a time in the first place.
Exactly, bro. So the whole thing here is, like, we get the Doku thing, but they haven't come in for him. It's a different conversation. But also, I'll be honest with you, this Doku thing, if we're talking about last season, Doku was better than Savio.
I think Doku's got a higher skill ceiling. I just don't know if... I don't know. I'm a bit... Honestly, man, I'm just tired of it all.
Yeah.
It's just so tiring.
So where would you sell? So I think you would sell Doku, right?
Honestly, right.
You would sell.
If somebody came in for Savio,
and then next week somebody
came for, if Spurs come in and said there's 70 million for Savio, most people would say, okay, that's fair. Off you pop. You're going to go 150 grand a week down there, make a load of money. You know, he's dropping down standards, and that's up to him. So be it. We got a lot of money for him. Now, if next week, let's say Atletico Madrid come in and say we're going to give you 65 million for Doku, I'd be like, you can have him as well.
Yeah,
For the same reasons.
Well,
for the same reasons.
This is the thing. Right, let's talk. And look, I'm pretty certain, just for everyone to think that I'm not going to sit here and say I've been consistent with something, because I do believe I am someone that can change. You can change my opinion if someone comes on. I mean, take Nitin Patel for example. I've changed my opinion on him a bit. So listen, I can change my opinion. Oh God, I forgot where I was going with this one completely. Right, Bob. Thank you. Right, it was on Bob. So when people, when Bob started getting back to fitness, and everyone was saying Bob needs to come back in ASAP. Bob needs to come back in ASAP. I was we need to take our time with Bob. And to be fair, we also need to think about how much we've actually seen of Bob. Yeah. Because we did see previous season, not last season, Bob made some cameos look good, right? But he actually had less game time that season than Nico O'Reilly did last season. So we've seen less of Bob than we actually have Nico O'Reilly at this point, right? Unless you're telling me you've watched him at Academy, which is fair enough. But instantly seeing a fully fit Bob on Saturday made me think, do you know what? Do you know how refreshing it is to have a winger that I don't know if he's going to cut inside or go on the outside? Do you know how refreshing it is having a player on the pitch that I actually think is a goal threat, just like Haaland and Marmoush can be? And straight away, I was thinking, do you know what? If I'm Savio watching this, then I'm a bit, you know what? World Cup season.
Right. If Bob had been fit last season, he'd have played more games than Savio.
It would have been a start at the start of the season.
So all these fans out there that are saying Savio can't be sold and stuff, you're willing to accept that? Again, Bob will not play many games.
Yeah, and even in the first half.
So if you think about it logically, if we get 60+ million for Savio, and then that then frees up Bob to be a more effective player to play, and he's not got less around him.
Yeah,
I'd take that all day. Everyone is yearning. Every club, every team, everyone yearns for an academy player to come in.
Yeah, facts. It just feels better. It always does.
That's why the next kid that comes in, Mackassa played. Everyone's going to be all over him. There'll be people out there now with Twitter accounts going Mackassa season, and that'll be their next one. And this will just keep continuing, and allow us pushing these agendas. You have to allow players to go to get the best. So if Savio goes, and then when Bob can spring into that. Yeah, then so be it. It's the better of two evils.
Yeah, and sorry, this comment here seems strange. The club is seemingly overrun with players surplus to requirements, but go with only a season under his belt and lots of potential is out of the door. Okay, so let's break this down, Brendan. Firstly, surplus to requirements. That's according to you, right? Which is your opinion, by the way. I'm not. I agree on some of them, to be fair, right? Guy with only a season under his belt and lots of potential is out the door. Again, that's your opinion because, and by the way, I appreciate the comment. I do need your opinion, so thank you. But again, Pep might think that he is surplus to requirements. But I will repeat, most importantly, this is how the transfer window works. If we have not received bids for these players that we think are surplus to requirements, we can't sell them. We've just got a bid on Savio. This whole thing, right? How can we link this back to other players we want to get rid of? It's just bizarre. Like, we haven't got bids for them. I mean, listen, the one thing that I will back everyone on is, I'm going to go and check Fabrizio now. The one thing I will back everyone on is I don't want to see Bernardo popping up on the right now, bro.
I had a bet with LB, 50 quid for charity, that Bernardo Silva starts one game on the right wing this season. He was
all right, well, one game in the Carabao Cup, I'll take.
No, one game, one start on the right wing. You'll play more.
Right. Let me just check what is going on here. Hold on, Fabrizio Bumba, apparently. It's mad that Fabrizio's now using Ornstein's... Oh, here we go. Jack Grealish to Everton. Here we go. Loan deal agreed with Man City and medical booked later today. Grealish said yes to Everton FC project and he's set to complete his move in the next 24 hours. So listen, people, it looks like we're getting rid of a left and right winger in one day.
And yesterday we was getting slated for not selling anyone.
bro, fully
What's
said.
that doing? Not getting rid of players, and then there's 2 available to go, and it's like, well, they're not the 2 I want. They're not the 2 I want out, so it's shit.
This is the thing, bro. It will now be they're not the 2 I want, but this is how the transfer window works, right? Sometimes then, and the go back to is people keep going on about Kevin De Bruyne as an example, right? When they go, we've got rid of Kevin De Bruyne, but why can't we get rid of X, Y, and Z? It's like, that's how contracts work.
City on a contract. There's a reason why Calvin Phillips is still at the club.
Bro, I mean,
there is.
Actually,
There's a reason why John Stones is still there. He's not been fit, but he's got a contract. City will not. You sign a contract. You don't force them out. That's it. You agree to that, and this is how long you're looking for.
You gave me a great example on Friday, LB show with Raheem.
Yeah,
willing to sit there and just go.
Just sit there. I'll sit here all day, mate. I don't have to work for my money. You sign a contract the same way he would expect Chelsea to pay him if he was doing the work. It's just one of the things, right? You just got to do it.
Yeah. Do you know what? This comment is very interesting. Is it coincidence Spurs came for Savio and Jack chose Everton? Bro, is that what's happened? Actually, that is a fucking really Bro, no,
it's likely, isn't it? It's likely that they've asked about Grealish, and Grealish has gone, I don't want to go to London. And they've gone, okay, well, how about Savio? And they've gone, okay, now you're talking, what's the price? Grealish, you're going to go to Everton, and that's 2 out. And then...
Yeah. So let me just see if there's anything else, because people are hitting me. I think I've just seen, for anyone saying, Grealish to Everton, we've already seen that one. And we've seen people, there is 481 of you in here, 175 likes. Those likes need to be over 200, please, if we could get those likes up and over the 200 mark now. A couple of super chats. Where are you? Sorry, we've seen that one already. So shout out to Piplup, as always, with the £5. Appreciate it, bro. Your point about Bob is correct, Daps. There's players like Bob throughout our academy. Mukasa, we can talk on Mukasa, definitely. Heskey, Makado, much love, Daps and Pulpy. Appreciate it. You're right, bro. Listen, I think this is this is the thing that kind of Pulpy said. When Savio came a year ago, it was, right, you know what? He's done it in La Liga for Girona for 1 season, looks really promising, was probably 19 during that season, so had a really good season. Now, again, I'm going to make it clear that was on the left, and it's frustrating we haven't seen it on the left, right? It does work on the left. Maybe we don't suit that. But Poppy made a valid point. City have now seen him. Pep's seen him for a season. And potentially he said, do you know what? He's good. He's not good enough. If we get a bid of 60 million, 55 million, whatever it is, you know what? We've doubled our money. And yes, we've got Bob. Because remember, Bob was injured last season. If he wasn't, he would have been our starting right winger, right? So now it's okay. Actually, a really good example is if Nico Gonzalez comes in now and has a steady season, right? But then Rodri comes back halfway through the season. Are we going to go, nah, you know what? We're going to keep Nico Gonzalez in. There's just a pecking order. And Rodri would be in. And I think maybe this could be it. It's a pecking order thing. And Savio knows that. Savio knows that Bob is going to start ahead of him. It could be that. It could also be to get money. And we are going to talk about the fact that we're being linked with Rodrigo. I'll be interested to get Pulpy's view on that. Grealish loaned to Everton, Savio off to Spurs. Echeverri and McAtee will be loaned out, sold. We have to be buying a winger and a homegrown now. I don't know if Echeverri is being loaned out, bro. I'm not going to lie. From what I'm seeing, there's a chance Echeverri ain't going nowhere. But
if the first 2 are going, it makes no sense to send out a third on loan.
Yeah.
Would have liked then. Not when we've got someone there, unless there is somebody lined up to come in.
Yeah.
Which then throws up all sorts of questions about homegrown and quotas and foreign play. It's just, honestly, man, it's a Stato's wet dream, this.
So, right. I don't know who this geezer is, by the way. So we're gonna move on to the Grealish, big love. I hope Grealish goes to Everton, performs well. I hope he scores in the derby. In fact, I hope he scores in the fucking derby, home and away against Liverpool. And gives us a wink. Wish him the best of luck. I hope that he gets into that England squad.
That's what I'm about to say, mate. I want him to go there, kill it, because Jack Grealish playing for England above Rashford is the only
yeah.
for me.
But I want Grealish to succeed, man. And thank you for everything you've done for the club. And I hope you're still getting.
That's it. Though. That we've just said there is the only answer anyone should be given about Grealish.
Yeah,
not good riddance. Not.
We don't need to talk about nothing now.
No, thank you very much. We shake hands and we move on. Thank you for being part of the treble-winning team and what you've contributed to. Simple as that. Best of luck.
Real talk. And do you know what? As a fan as well, just really, really quickly, a bit of Grealish PR. For what you and your family do constantly, week in, week out for the City fans as well, by the way. Do you like some of the stories to hear of Grealish and his dad, like giving tickets to young kids that have been scammed by fucking fraudulent ticket guys and stuff like that, and letting them come and sit in the box for them just because they're pissed off that fans aren't getting to see. So, you know what? Right. Let's move on, though. So, on Never a Foul, obviously, Cass is a lot more Cass is on Twitter a lot. He knows who the journos are. He rates the journos. He says if this journo's good, this journo's bad, all of that stuff, right?
Spoiler alert.
And he keeps mentioning this guy called Indy KFC, right? I have no idea what it means, right? I thought it was a brand of food, right? And a style of music, right? Or maybe NASCAR racing, right? But apparently, right, he's a journo or a group of journalists that are coming up in the ranks and that seem to be getting quite a lot of things right. Now, this is, let me just share my screen. No, that's not it. That's something else. Bear with me. Good job I didn't share the wrong thing, innit? Jesus, that could have gone left. Right, it's on, where's Twitter? Where the hell's my Twitter gone? Bear with me. Let me make sure I've got it. There we go. Yeah, I've got it on the screen. Right. Present. Right. Oh, what is it doing? That's not what I asked for. You can tell I'm a granddad here, can't you? Where? Bear with me, people.
That's all right.
Let me just move it over
on these journalists and stuff that pop up on news. You'll be, some of you will be not surprised to know that I've already got the guy blocked.
Who?
This indie guy. I block him.
You got him blocked? Why are you going blocked?
Mate, I can't stand all these 10 bob journalist wannabes, ITKs that just are coming out of nowhere and spoiling all transfers. I hate them all. It's a personal agenda. The only one I haven't blocked is Ornstein. That's it.
Yeah.
The rest of them, as soon as I see them, they're done. My timeline is cleansed. I blocked Fab 2 years ago. Feels so good. So,
here he is. Indy. In fact, I've just moved it over here. Indy, here we go. You can see my screen now, right? So, exclusive. Man City will target Rodrigo if Savinho is sold to Spurs. Now, I think that's you poo-pooing it straight away, right?
How's that news? How are you relying on that as a news source? We've been linked with Rodrigo for 5 months. How is anybody valuing that as a credible?
I think the way that people evaluate journalists, and for me, I must say, I value Fabrizio and I value Ornstein in that
Fabrizio has no value at all in this economy. He doesn't.
Right. All right. What I would say is Fabrizio in this economy nowadays, him giving something a here we go. Usually when he does that, it happens. Like his hit ratio is very high, and it usually comes before we get the official announcement. So
that's why I hate. Why? What gives him the right? And I hate it. I hate it, mate. I hate it. It's ruined football on social media. It's idiots like that guy. Fair play to him. He's making absolute mint. But those things, those personalities have destroyed transfers. They just have. I mean, and like this indie guy here, he's talking about a transfer we all know potentially going to happen for 3 months. It's like saying about Grealish. We all know Grealish was going to leave a year ago. You know what I mean?
So how do you feel about the fact that Punnett is also saying we may be going for Rodrigo legit? I mean, is he trying to be an ITK? Appreciate the super chat, Bob.
No. But we all know. Everyone, if you can smell it, you can sniff out what you think is true.
So do you
think? If you've got common sense, you put 2 and 2 together. You think, you know what, it's doable.
Another one, fan of Raheem, 1894. Appreciate the super chat saying, fully send Rodrigo. Never liked Savinho, to be honest. Where are you with it?
With what? Rodrigo?
Yeah.
I'd take him all day long. I'm a massive fan of Rodrigo.
Right, so you are a fan.
And he glazes our club and just let him walk straight in. I'd go to the airport and carry him to the ground.
So do you think there could be legs in this?
Yes.
I think with two wingers going now.
Purely because the fact that I've got eyes and you can see that he doesn't fit in at Real Madrid.
Yeah.
Grealish is leaving for us. He's been forced out of his natural position at Spain. He's been made a scapegoat by them to put the three drama queens in.
Yeah.
He's the sort of player. He's ruthless in front of goal. He's got that output, which we are desperate for. He's coming into his peak. We don't have to develop him. He's won everything in the game.
Yeah.
You know? So the only stumbling block is his wages.
That is true.
It's going to be a massive hit. If Grealish is out and he's coming in the same money, then so be it.
I think that's the key in it. If Grealish is out,
we haven't got. So I'm
do you know
all over that.
Do you know what? If you look at this, right? If Grealish goes, if Savio goes as well, let's say we get 55 for Savio. What do you reckon Real are going to be asking? Because let's be clear with Rodrigo, right? Last season, he was a scapegoat. He didn't feature at all in the Club World Cup. Like, I think he might have got a couple of minutes here and there. Yeah. So far, Arsenal have not made the move that everyone's saying for him. Liverpool look like they're going in for Isaac. Bayern, I think Bayern have gone and
Bayern has got Diaz, aren't they? They're not going to get anyone else.
That's it. Bayern have just got Diaz. So all of a sudden now, it's like, right, City, if we go in for Rodrigo, I don't know if we're going to have competition, right? So if
players
we
like that, you don't, mate. Players, look, where is he likely to go?
This is a thing. I think, and at this point, if you look at it, right,
Premier League is the only country with money apart from Saudi Arabia. The Premier League is the only country with money to throw daft money at transfers like that for world class players.
And if you think about it, so the fact that no one else can go in for him would
tell you that it's just whether or not he sees that as the value proposition in that is to go there.
Sorry, I'm just trying to find what Rodrigo's wage is.
He's got to be on 400 grand a week, hasn't he?
I don't think he will, but do you think he will be?
Yeah, Real Madrid pay daft money.
12.5 million euros a year.
After tax, before that's 250 grand a week.
250, right? Okay, it's a fucking hell, mate. That was quick. It's very quick.
Oh, it's £1 million a month, isn't it? Come on.
Yeah, you're right. Fucking. Thank you. 2 + 2 is 4, right? But so if City were to sell Savio for 50, 55, right? What do you think we'd have to put down on Rodrigo? An extra 20, 15?
They're going to want the highest price possible. I think.
But the fact that if there's not the fact of what wage he's on, the fact that he's not featuring whatsoever, we do have that advantage that we
don't
might
matter to them. Don't matter to them. What would we got for Casemiro?
Yeah, true. So what are you thinking? All right,
I think 68 million, 75 million euros, whatever that works out to be.
Right. And with Grealish going off the books at 300k a week, we could give
his wages sorted and that's his transfer fee sorted.
Yeah. It's not,
you get rid of those two players, right? Reluctantly for one of them. So you get rid of Grealish's wages with a minimal transfer fee. Forget that. So that's the wages covered for a new player. Savio then covers the transfer fee for a new player. And then you've got Bob to fill in, who's a natural progression. So you're getting what we all want, I guess. If you think about it, if you take out the hatred for all the other players, which is we can't sell Savio or get rid of Gundogan, two different completely situations.
Yeah.
Separate the issues and put the issues together, which are the wingers and the money coming in and the wages. That's it.
Spot on. Another valid point. Have to remember Marmoush has AFCON as a winger. So do you know what? This is a really, really good point because it kind of does highlight if we are selling Savio and Grealish, I think we've got a bit, and the fact that Marmoush will be off to the AFCON, and also it's relevant to say that Nori is also going to be off to AFCON. So the whole left side, so we can't go, do you know what? We could get through it by playing Nori as a wing back. Well, he ain't going to be there. So, yeah. I think It's looking good, bro. We might be getting that blockbuster end to the transfer window. Another super chat from Mr. Perfecto saying, well, reported City wanted Echeverri to Girona. No, I believe what has been reported is that City would only be open to loaning him to Girona. They wouldn't be open to loaning him to anyone else. So ultimately, that they want to keep him in the City football group if he goes anywhere. But I don't know. With this, it would make me think, are we going to get rid of Echeverri? Pitbull up with another super chat. Nothing is better feeling for a fan when a player comes through the academy and plays for the first team. They all know the system too, which is good. And by the way, anyone that saw Cole Palmer's interview on Saturday night during the Palermo game, he's definitely got touches of Cole Palmer about him because it was a pretty...
Oscar Bobb, you mean?
Yeah, Oscar Bobb. Sorry, Oscar Bobb. Who did I say?
He said Palmer about Palmer, yeah.
Yeah, Bob, but don't you think Oscar Bobb's interview was very Palmer-esque? It's a bit all over the show.
Yeah, he's just a raw young kid, right?
Yeah, exactly. Which we love. That's what we love.
Yeah.
And another super chat. Guy on bottom knows his stuff. Class representative. That's definitely meaning Pulpy. Bro, do you know what I said to Pulpy this morning? I said, I need you on the show because I need someone to have a sensible chat with. People, please make sure you're smashing the like button. So let's look at other things, what this could mean. And here we go. Listen, they're always going to show up. Gundogan is still a City player. What the hell has that got to do with anything? By the way, also, I said this yesterday on my video, and I'm going to keep saying this. This season, if any players have bad games or bad runs of form, I am going to speak on it. I promise you, right? However, what we're doing, Gundogan's last couple of games, Gundogan's look good, right? That's what really, really, really confuses me is I get being negative when there's time to be negative, but when a player is actually looking good, why the continued hate? Like, honestly, that tells me you're player FC and you've got an agenda to get someone into the club. Like,
people will beat people to death with agendas for all time rather than just allow somebody to adapt and change.
I mean, this one. I really wish we kept KDB and sold Kova or Gundo. Right. So, firstly, KDB was on a free. His contract was done. Right. Unfortunately, you can't sell two people that still have contracts in, and people aren't coming in for them. Right. There's been no bids for them. But secondly, awkward conversations. Kovacic and Gundogan had a better season last season than Kevin De Bruyne.
And again, you can separate the issues. The fact that Kevin De Bruyne went and those two have stayed are not the same. They're not the same.
Yeah.
Those two have contracts. The other one didn't. Yeah. Kevin De Bruyne, as good as he was not the Kevin De Bruyne we all sit in bed at night.
Wasn't, bro. This is a thing. People call. It's so mad that people talk about Gundogan and Kovacic as unks, right? But Kevin De Bruyne's legs were going more than both of those last season, right? Those two were not blowing like Kevin De Bruyne was. Kevin De Bruyne, after 60 minutes every game, was blowing out his backside, right? So it's just not consistent. It's not fair. Listen,
how old Kevin De Bruyne? 35.
Yeah. I mean, De Bruyne.
You want to keep that unk, but you can't keep the other unks, is what you're saying.
It's just, I don't know. It's just an agenda, man. It's agenda. And cheers. Raheem's saying, Daps, definitely not you, mate. Big up, bro. Love. It isn't. Right. Could there be people, please make sure you're smashing those like buttons. 500 of you in here. Right. This, perfect timing. Thank you. And I honestly didn't have this saved. This literally just came thing. There's Paqueta factor. Pep wants Rodri cover. I saw this on Twitter. I could see it. Could you see it?
I don't know, mate. I just don't know. I just don't know if... Where's his best position, Paqueta? Is through the middle as an 8?
He's a silky 8, yeah. He's a silky 8, yeah.
So if you look at that, right, if let's say Paqueta is a target, then it's not terrible at all. If he comes in as an 8, then who he's then taking up a potential spot of Foden, of Churkey. He's temptation. Nico O'Reilly's never going to get a game again.
Yeah,
you know, as much as we hate it, Kovacic and Gundogan are still in the mix. So you're not 8 midfielders. Now, if one of those two was to leave, then fair enough. But I just don't see Paqueta coming in whilst we've got those players. Just not. Now, if there's more movement and it comes to the end of the window, we need some midfield cover, then fair play it. But he's not, he's not a cover for Rodri. Never, not why he's got an all on his backside. Is he a cover for Rodri? It's just pure It's just pure numbers of experience, which he is.
Yeah, I think you're right with that. I think even more so now when you put it like that and you talk about the number of midfielders we have. Would I rather Paqueta over a 35-year-old Gundogan? Yes, I would, but that's not an option. Currently, there's no bids on the table for Gundogan. And you're right, with the wingers going...
Well, could you imagine it's time Paqueta, right? And then Nico Gonzalez never plays a game, but Paqueta does. What side of the fence you on there? You either want Gonzalez to play or you don't.
Yeah, you're right.
There's only a finite amount of game time and games to play a season per player. So everyone just wants signings. Everyone just wants these posts to go out about new signings and stuff. That's all people want now. They don't care. I guarantee you next year there'll be people wanting other players gone that were done all right. I guarantee you next year there'll be people asking for Marmoush to go, and there'll be people saying Doku to go.
Shiny new toys saying
like, I know he's got to go. Get someone else in. You know, Guardiola's be there soon. Rodri will be 30 next year. You know, it's like.
Bro, I hear the Rodri. Do you know what? I can't lie. I hear what you're saying about the Rodri thing as well. I've already started seeing the Rodri thing. I don't know.
Life after Rodri, man. They're going to have to start accepting it now.
Bro, that was my exact frame of mind yesterday was with the concerns over Rodri. Because Hamza said something to me on Friday that was quite interesting about this season. We have Rodri's got the World Cup in 9 months' time, right? It's potentially going to be his last World Cup. He's going to have his eyes on that a little bit, so he's not going to want to be rushed back. He then turns 30. There was a part of me that thought if we got offered mental money for Rodri, which I don't think we will, by the way, because of the injury and the age of him, I don't think we will. But if
Rodri will play for City until he's 36.
I think Rodri might retire at City at this point. If you look at it, But we do have to think about life after Rodri.
But there is. No, so when I say it like that, I mean the Rodri that pre-injury and post-injury are not going to be the same Rodri. So you have to accept life after Rodri 1.0. The 2.0 version is not going to be the same Rodri. It's just not going to be that way. Players don't come back from cruciates often and be as good or better than they were. Just don't. Yeah, so life after Rodri now is you have to accept the new version of Rodri is nowhere near as good and won't play as many games, or the fact that in 2-3 years' time we're going to have to get a new Rodri.
But someone's just said Jack Gorn has posted something. Let's have a quick look at this. Jack Grealish has agreed a season-long loan to Everton. Oh, we knew that. Yeah. So shout out to Jack Grealish. 300 grand off the books. Actually, I think we're probably waiting at this point, aren't we, to find out what the wage split is there.
Honestly, it don't matter what it is, does it? It's money saved.
No, bro, that's the way I look at it. 100% money saved.
I've seen that they're going to pay 200 plus. So if they're saving a third of his wages, if we're only paying a third of his wages and there's some sort of fee at the end of it, then so be it.
I think when you look...
Let's be honest, if he goes out there and absolutely kills it, gets into the England squad, he's got more value.
Yeah. So we'd love Wharton when Gundo goes to cover Rodri. I think that's one that really might happen, by the way. I'm pretty certain Wharton has a release
Wharton has a good game and everyone talks about him, but what about the other 36 games where he's bang average?
You're not a Wharton fan, no?
It's not. Look, he's a very, very good player and he potentially will be. Is he what we need right now? No.
Hold on. So here's the key. He's not what I completely agree with you right now. If someone said we were going in for Wharton right now, I would not be happy. I don't think
in 4 years time, right? You buy Wharton from his next club.
Hold on. So Wharton right now, right? For me, isn't what we need. I personally think we need a destroyer. I've told you this. I'd rather have a prime Fernandinho than a prime Rodri this season, right? With the defense in the high line, I'd rather prime Fernandinho. But think about the Fernandinho Rodri handover, right? So next summer, if there is a release clause that would allow us to buy Wharton, which I believe there is, right? Would that not then he comes in and has a couple of years alongside Rodri? No. As Rodri, bro, it's the Fernandini Rodri handover. No,
I don't think so. because there's still money in the bank for Rodri. There's still stuff in the tank. An 85% version of Rodri, which we're going to get, is still better. It's still better.
But you've said he's not going to be the same. So
No,
surely we're now
an
going to have
80% version of Rodri is still better than Wharton will ever be.
I'm not saying he isn't.
Yeah, so all I'm saying is if we get a watered down Rodri, he's still more efficient than having a Wharton.
But you said we need to get used to life without Rodri, right? And I'm not saying
the original Rodri, yeah, the real Rodri.
Right. So this Rodri now, we're going to need to manage his game time, right? Which would be perfect to bring in a young Wharton and have him. And I don't mean now, I mean next summer, and have him alongside Rodri starting to play a lot and learn off of Rodri. No?
If he's 22 years old, if he comes in then, he won't be going to a club where he's going to sit on the bench. He's a fully grown professional footballer by then. That's what I'm saying is, you buy Wharton from his next club because he's going to leave Palace, going to go to Tottenham.
Bro, you know how much we get? Right, so Wharton's move.
If Wharton goes to somebody else, right, for 50 million, and then let's just say he goes to Spurs, right? Let's say Wharton goes to Spurs.
Yeah.
In 3 years' time, Wharton will be 25, something like 24, 25, the same sort of age Rodri was. What do we pay for Rodri? 60 million or something? 60 odd?
Yeah.
So if let's add a bit on top for Rodri on top of that. So let's say Wharton's had 3 good years. Let's say he costs 100 million in 3 years' time, and he's 24, 25.
He will.
He's mature. He's been absolutely boss in the Premier League. That's the move. Forget the money. That's the move. Not now. We can't have too many players that are developing. We just can't go to let's develop. We can't. We've got to have some players you've got to buy. You're on mute, mate. Some players you've got to buy at the right time for the right price and the right ability. We can't develop everybody.
Listen. Just because Dan, I can see what you're saying about Wharton. I'm not sold on Wharton. I'm really not. I do think he is injury prone, and it's a bit like there's quite a few players that I just think I need to see more consistency. But at the same time, like, you know what? Forget it. We got Nico Gonzalez, right? We've got Nico Gonzalez, and that's it. Yeah, that's it for now. Yeah. I hear it. I do hear what you're saying. Right. Is there right? So some people said, right, great about Rodrigo. And I actually, do you know what? I've been saying all summer, I don't care about Rodrigo. Get me a right back first. If we get a right back, then we can talk about Rodrigo, right? But now with the news that Grealish and Savio are going, just go and get me Rodrigo. We'll play Núñez at right back. Fuck it.
I get the right back thing, mate, and we've talked about it a lot. Have the club made inquiries about right backs? You bet the hell they have.
Yeah.
Have they gone down the list and realised that the right backs that are available now are not good enough? Or are the right backs that we want and just not ready till next year? Then you just have to have a season without him. The same way we had a season without we're playing a false nine. You just have to suck it up and say, we have to deal with what we've got for 12 months, and then next year we're going to get somebody. Whether that we all know, we'd all like Livramento, right? You know what Newcastle stance is on Isak right now.
Well, I've seen Eddie. Hold on, I've seen Eddie Howe's stance, and Eddie Howe's stance in a press conference was, "I don't want players that don't want to be here."
Same as Pep.
Bro, so again, I'm going to keep saying it.
They're not they're not us. We can afford to play, but they can't.
All I know is Viana better be in Newcastle's DMs and Livramento's DMs. At this point,
you bet your life they would have done. And it might be a case of we can't sell him.
After Eddie Howe saying that, I'd be back in his DMs.
Listen, right, how many transfers are going to you in advance?
I got my bird by being consistent and pestering her, right? So, bro, that's what we should be doing to Newcastle and Livramento.
Right.
Don't stalk anyone, by the way.
How many transfers are done a year in advance? Quite a few.
Yeah.
Liverpool tapped, Real Madrid tapped up Alexander-Arnold 2 years ago.
Yeah.
You know, we had Haaland in the bag supposedly a while before it. Grealish was done a while before. You know, the players that are done a year in advance and say, we'll come back for you next year. I think that's probably going to be the case with Livramento. And if it isn't, so be it. Then there's always somebody else. There's always someone else.
Okay. Another option. We're getting this money because we want to go in for Belieber.
No. Where's he going to play again?
Well, for me, if we got Belieber, he'd play in the 6 straight away until Rodri's fit.
And then what?
Then he'd be on the bench and he'd be £100 million player on the bench.
And
That's what I don't see happening. Yeah, I don't see it happening. But
and then our worst case scenario, our best case scenario is he plays alongside Rodri. We have two absolute units in midfield, and then you lose Rinders.
Yeah.
Or Churkey. One of them's got to go. Simple as that. So then what? Then you start with a £60 million midfielder on the bench, or Churkey, who's an absolute maverick of a player on the bench. Or you put Churkey on the right wing, or you put Bernardo on the right wing, and then you're not getting Bob anymore. Or you're getting
whoa.
It's a knock-on effect. It's a knock-on effect.
Hold on. Put Bernardo on the wing. No.
That is a knock-on effect of signing a belabor in midfield. These players will play.
Okay,
just moving them further up the pitch.
Right, I see what you're doing. Yeah, so we mustn't sign Belabor because what that would mean is Bernardo's our right winger.
Bernardo's a club captain. He's going to play 40 games next season. People need to accept this.
I'm okay with that. As
long as he's not playing the right wing.
Yeah.
He's going to play centre mid.
I do hear it, and it's going to be Rinders further forward.
Yeah, that's the midfield three, I think. Most of the season with them three.
I think that's what we kind of saw. If we just talk about Palermo quickly. The first half, we saw Nico Gonzalez doing the role. The second half, it was kind of a Bernardo Gundogan doing the role. But with Rinders further forward. And I think, do you know what? I actually go back to Rodri's first season, right? Rodri's first season wasn't good. Rodri's second season, he had Bernardo and Gundogan next to him, and he looked a lot better. I think Bernardo and Gundogan together, but I don't want to see it. But we're going to see it.
It's going to happen.
It's going to happen. What do you think? So, who stood out to you quickly on?
Honestly, I thought Churkey in that 8 hybrid role was brilliant. I think him as that receiving that ball, the ball to his feet, moving forward a ball. I think Churkey's going to fly there.
Yeah.
And then Rinders was just unreal.
That's what I mean, look, for me, my friend Ty, hold tight Ty, Ty and Roms have been telling me about Rinders for a while, right? And Ty messaged me yesterday and said, after that performance from Rinders in the second half, do you think he's nailed on to be a starter for City? I said, bro, he's nailed on to be a starter from City from the minute we signed him. He's the one player. I've said this. For me, although I love Churkey and really wanted us to get Churkey, Rinders for me was the best signing of the summer, right? Because it's what you're getting straight away, right? He is very, very good. And the goals as well, it's just... The fact is, he's only been playing at a high level for 2-3 years?
Yeah, because he's at Alkmaar, wasn't he? It's had 2 years.
Yeah. But the way he had a season, first season, didn't get too many goals, told himself, I need more goals. What did he do second season? Went and got more goals. The way and I think that's something that he really brings to us that we missed last season. De Bruyne wasn't getting the goals last season.
Churkey will bring a lot. It'll bring goals. It'll bring...
Rinders,
sorry. So Rinders will bring...
Rinders can bring us... Yeah.
He'll bring goals, he'll bring assists, but he'll also be such a threat that the league's not ready for it. That attacking midfielder just...
It's like Gundogan. And Gundogan again. And if you look at it, I think LB tweeted something yesterday where he's the first surefire signing City have made for a while, where you just know he's going to hit the ground running, and he is.
He's the perfect plug and play.
Yeah, and
go on, off you go. Don't have to train him. Don't have to worry about it. Don't have to teach him. Just let him go.
The last minute miss was absolutely.
That was like one of those sort of things you see on the videos from the goals and gaps in it.
What with Danny Baker?
Yeah, Danny Baker's goals and gaps.
But the way he took it around the keeper, smart feet. But just back to Rinders and Churkey, right? And this is where. It might seem like it's a long way away at the moment, yeah? With the news that we had that, Rodri's not going to be fit after the international break, right?
That meltdown was incredible.
Oh, yeah. But we knew it was coming. This is a thing. Do you know what? Sorry, I've got to address this.
Half the season. He's missing 3 games. Calm down.
Bro, I've been saying, right, for ages, From I saw him not in training the first week, not on the pitch kicking a ball, I was saying there's something wrong. And everyone was going, Daps, he's not injured. I said, I'm not saying he's injured, but he's not as fit as the rest of the players, or he'd be on the pitch kicking the damn ball. No, he's doing light work. Okay, that's what I'm saying. We need to take our time. Now those same people are saying, Daps, we need to take our time. That's all I was saying. He wasn't injured. Of course he wasn't, because City tell us when he's injured. But let's be positive, right? It might look like it's in the distance. It's really not that far away before we have a midfield of Rodri, Rinders and Churkey, right?
That to me is the best midfielder we've got. But it's likely to be Bernardo Silva in there over Churkey, I think.
Right. But, bro, that's what surprised me with Churkey on Saturday. Because we've been told, Churkey can be a bit lazy, doesn't get back.
Yeah,
bro,
he's a 10 and he's a winger and all that sort of stuff. Nah, he was a perfect midfielder for me. He was brilliant.
Bro, he was everywhere. He's not. He wasn't a 10. I said he's everywhere.
Brilliant. He's just,
yeah. And the beauty is you get the little tricks as well. He's still doing those beautiful little touches, but he's putting in a fucking shift all over the gaff. Now, you imagine Reinders next to him doing that as well, and with Rodri setting the tempo. That's ferocious. That's absolutely
the best
ferocious.
Midfielder in the league, in fact.
Yeah.
Rodri Reinders plus any other midfielder we've got is the best midfielder in the league. There isn't a better midfielder out. You tell me a team with a better midfielder in the league than that.
No,
there isn't.
No.
There just isn't.
So could it be that, and I think we are going to see Oscar Bobb. I think we've always said, right, that there's going to be two styles of play that City can play. They can play with actual wingers. So maybe it would be a Bobb and a Doku, or it could be a Bobb and a Savio, or we might play with something like Churkey, but Churkey taking up the right-hand side. Now, that's where I could see a midfield of Rodri, Reinders, people, you're not going to like to hear it, but Bernardo Silva and Churkey, because that way then Churkey and Bernardo Silva can do that link up on the right, very similar to how Mahrez and Bernardo Silva used to. And I could see that happening. But then
what
you've
people
got
don't like about it is, mate, people don't see how instrumental Bernardo is into the engine. Is the oil. He is the oil in all the engines. He just is.
Yeah, he is. He is.
He has been for 8 years, and he will be for this season.
Yeah, and when people say, he's lost his pace, he
never had
pace. But, right. People always used to speak about the miles he puts in. He's still putting the miles in, right? Nothing has changed with him, except, by the way, his cross is good. But I actually genuinely can see Bernardo Silva and Churkey on the right-hand side being a thing. Other player I just want to talk on. What do you think of Rico Lewis? First half.
I think he is what everyone wants him to be. He's a good footballer. He's a very versatile. He is a modern-day Phil Neville. He can play everywhere.
Yeah,
better than Phil Neville ever was, but he can play everywhere. Now, people just don't like him as a right back because everyone wants a new right back. That's the case. He is the perfect player that is just so versatile, and he understands the game. He's better further forward. You know, and for someone who's only 20, what's he, 20 years old, Rico Lewis, to understand the game at that level and to get the trust of Pep, then that's enough for me.
See, for me, I still don't know anything more about Rico Lewis, and that is my frustration, right? Because, right, the first season Rico Lewis burst on the scene when he was 17 years old, right? That season, he was predominantly playing right back at home against teams that we had the ball most of the time against, right? And that is perfect for Rico Lewis. Why? Because that meant he could invert, sit next to Rodri, and kind of play as a midfielder, right? And I think from that point, he can always do that. Why? Because Rico Lewis is a good midfielder, right? How good he is, I don't know yet, right? And that's the frustrating thing. When he gets in the final third, he actually comes alive. It was his assist for the Haaland goal. Rico and Churkey were linking up very nicely, actually. Sorry, Rico and Bob. Do you know what? If I deep it, Rico, Bob, Churkey, that link up's beautiful because Rico and Bob has always had a good link up. But the problem is when we come up against teams, top 6, top 8 teams, and even more in Europe, that's where Rico Lewis sinks, right? Sorry, I'm going to say as a right back because he's not a right back.
But the thing is, though, nobody's surprised by that.
No, but then that's where it's like, okay, I'm happy for certain games that Rico Lewis, and that's probably why Rico Lewis will stay at the club, because Rico Lewis will continue to be, 20 to 30 in all comps player, right?
Yeah.
But this is where I still think we need a right back for those big occasions.
We do. Well, we're all in agreement there.
Yeah.
What Rico gives you is somebody so comfortable on the ball in Pep's system. Now, that the advantages there is there's more advantages in being that sort of player for Pep than there is disadvantages in being not a very good right back.
Yeah. Yeah.
There just is, and the scales are tipping like that, and it'll always be like that with Rico. He's a bad defender, but he's also a very, very good midfielder and hybrid. So it's always going to be like that. There'll be days where he's a bad defender and he's up here, and he's shit defending and he's not been a good midfielder. But there'll be days where you don't have to defend and he's the best player on the pitch.
Yeah, you're starting to think Rico Lewis might end his career a bit like, let's think of someone that dedicates their whole career to one club. They're never a star of the club. That, like, I'm not saying they're a Gerrard. They just stay there, and you look back at the end of it and go, do you know what? The guy was a servant for the club. But
Seamus Coleman.
Yeah. There we go. That was so random, but yeah, we'll go.
He's been a great player, but he's never going to be anyone's favourite player. He's just there. He's done a shift, and you just say, thanks, mate. Here's your retirement watch at the end of your career, sort of thing.
Yeah, spot on. And will always be associated to the club. Right. So people, let's just bring you up to speed before we wrap up. And Mark Noble's another really good example as well.
There's nothing wrong with that. That's just a mint career to have.
Well, but yeah, there's absolutely nothing wrong with that at all. And you know what? They become a cult hero. I don't know. I'm a big fan of Rico Lewis, and that's probably why I really don't want to see Rico Lewis at right back, because I'm such a big fan of him that I hate seeing the slander he gets as a right back. But I don't think he'll ever cut it as an out-and-out right back when he can invert. Great. Right.
Yeah, not yet anyway.
So, news we've got. Jack Grealish has got the Fabrizio Romano, Poppy's best friends. Here we go. He will be going on loan to Everton. We are waiting for more information to come out on the whole breakdown of it all. FPL Main Road. Right, I'll go and check there in a second. We also have had the news that Tottenham Hotspur have put a bid in of 50 million. City have rejected it and said they want more. They're not looking to sell him, but if the right bid comes in, they'll tell him. So I think this is going to end up getting done about 55 with some add-ons, which I'm not mad at. And it has also come out from Indy, who apparently is now a relevant source, that Manchester City, if they sign Savio, will be going in for Rodrigo. Listen, if we end up getting that, then perfect. Absolutely perfect. I think everyone will be happy. No, do you know what? All the people that really wanted Rodrigo will then just switch all their attention to right backs, when personally I would have switched it to them first. FPL Main Road. Let me have a quick look. Bear with me. FPL Main Road. What's he put here? No, I'm not sharing that. But have you had a look? Yeah, you know what they put. Oh, you know the Grealish in the hotel room with the bird.
Oh, right, okay.
And they put "Good luck, Jack Grealish." Right, people, we're going to wrap it up here. Thank you, Pulpy, for joining me. Appreciate it. I know you took time out to join me.
Right. Do me a favour. I'm going to put a poll in my ex post in the chat. Right?
Yeah.
People go vote on that for me. I just want to see what people's thoughts are on the price tag of Savinho. It's there. Is that going to work?
Hold on, let me share.
Oh, I don't know why it's not working.
Are you trying to share screen? It didn't come up.
I'll share it as a link. I'll put it in here though.
Hold on, let me.
Yeah, I'll put it in the chat on here.
Sorry, I'm moving.
I thought it might share as a link in the actual YouTube.
It will share on. Is it not?
No, I'll put it in the actual studio chat for you here. Just want to see what people's opinions are on the price. Most people are saying 70, but.
So people go over to Pulpies, get involved in that. We will be back today at round about 3:30 with myself and Big Steve. We're going to have a catch up with Big Steve and see what happens. Hold on, we've just got Dan. You just said "here we go." Does that mean anything? Have we got a "here we go" or is that?
See, this is what has done to people, man. Everyone sees that and everyone's pants come off. Just calm down, boys.
Literally, I am now hunting.
Yeah, see, everyone's paranoid.
Well,
transfer paranoia has ruined people's lives.
Yeah, Kings.
It really has.
Yeah, Bob. Dan, don't do that to 150 for Savio, you bastard. Right. Anyway, people, we're going to wrap it up here. As I say, please come back, head over around about 3:30. Myself and Steve, we're going to be chopping up, catching up we're going to be doing that most Mondays now. And then also myself and Steve are going to be on every Friday together as well. So we're going to start getting Steve back involved in the chat. Hope everyone has a good day, and we will see you soon.
What do you mean? What do you mean?